So a few days ago, Hypixel released Floor 7 of Dungeons, and with this they decided to introduce some crazy items. These items come in a form of weapons, armors, talismans and scrolls. Today me and InHumanly got our hands on a new sword which goes by the name of Hyperion. The Hyperion sword is insane, but we found something that makes it insanely broken. Apparently only a small percent of people are subscribed to my channel. If you want to see more videos like this one, make sure to smash the sub button. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. Also, let's try to hit 2 likes on this video. Sit back, relax and enjoy the video. So recently they've added a new type of scroll to the game. This is not your ordinary warp scroll. This is a scroll which you can apply to a weapon. And there are currently 3 scrolls that we know of. One is called Implosion. It grants the Implosion ability. This ability deals damage based off your mana to nearby enemies, costs 300 mana and has a cooldown of 10 seconds. The next scroll is called the Wither Shield. This ability, once applied to a Necron's blade, applies the Wither Shield ability to the weapon. This reduces damage taken by 30% for 5 seconds. It also grants the user 200% of the critical damage as absorption hearts, not health like it says in the description. 50% of the leftover shield is converted into direct healing for the user. The next scroll is called Shadow Warp. Once this is applied to a Necron's blade, it has the ability called Shadow Warp. This ability creates a special distortion 10 blocks ahead of the user that will suck in all enemies around it. 5 seconds later, the distortion will detonate and deal damage to enemies that were near the distortion. Now that you know the 3 scrolls, apply all of them to a Necron's blade and the Wither Impact will be applied. This has the ability to teleport the user 10 blocks forward and deal damage as the user passes. Alright, so that was it for the scrolls, but now we're gonna get into the Hyperion sword, and InHumanly actually managed to get his hands on it. But I just want to say a big thank you to Dragon Boy for lending us the sword. But anyways, let's get into it.
Today we're actually going to be showing you the maxed out Hyperion, and it's actually got a secret ability that not many of you have realized yet, which I'm going to show you right now. It is called a scroll ability. Wither Impact, teleport 10 blocks ahead and deal damage. Let's see how it does. So apparently I was doing it wrong last time. You actually gain some healing, as you can see right now. I've got extra HP based off your crit damage. So I've decided to instead go with the demonic reforge. I didn't quite understand that this had that type of effects. It doesn't say it anywhere in here that I can see. Applies Wither Shield ability. Yeah, I don't see anywhere where it says crit damage. But it seems like that's working because that's giving me the shield that I need. And I think it's going to be practically impossible for me to die with this shield on, not gonna lie. And I'm still dealing insane amounts of damage. Let's go for a little blood rush and see how we go. Okay, we should be ready to go through the next wither door here. See where it brings us. Withermancer room. Amazing. This is definitely the hardest room that there is. Nothing beats the crit wither skulls though. Okay, let's give this another try. A little bit of news on the absorption. You actually only get it every 5 seconds, and that's because you can only proc the absorption every single time it wears off, and the absorption lasts for 5 seconds. Another cool, neat feature about this is all of the absorption hearts that you have left over, it will apply that amount divided by 2 is instant health. So let's say you have an extra 2k absorption, you'll get 1k instant health applied to your character. You know this hallway room, the one that you guys always find annoying to clear out because you can't find the last mob? Fear no more. Just run through here with the new Wither Sword. Still gotta be careful of the Withermancers though. Okay, so I'm gonna try and show you guys what I meant earlier when I said that this thing can actually heal you, because that's kind of a strange concept if you ask me. Okay, as you can see, I've taken quite a bit of damage. I've used this once. Okay, well, I ran out of the absorption because I got hit a lot. There we go, we've used it once, and let's have a look at our hearts. After it runs out, did you see that leap up there? That was the perk of this, which is quite insane if you can ask me. Still never safe from Wither Skulls though. yeah, there's not going to be any beating this for a long time. So lethality actually does also work on this, which as you can see from me doing the chain damage here, my damage is slowly increasing. That is because the defense of the mob slowly gets reduced. So any mob which is, you know, tankier, harder to kill, that's a perfect example right there. 3 passes, slowly increasing damage. The defense is slowly getting diminished by a certain percentage, which does in turn mean that the harder mobs you're going to deal more damage to. So you ever come across Necron, it's going to be an easy fight from here on after. One of the issues with this thing is though, you're spamming it a lot and you can run out of mana quite easily. Not a major issue, but definitely something to note. You aren't going to be able to be reckless with this thing, just like you are with the Midas Staff. You're going to have to conserve your mana a bit better. Let's have a look what it's like if I have a Plasma Flux Orb down. So with the Plasma Flux, it's obviously a little bit better, but it's kind of still the same story of you're going to have to conserve your mana at least a little bit. But definitely helps having the Plasma Flux down. Okay, and here we are fighting Necron. Have a look at this ability once more. It deals plus 50% damage to withers. Now I think these do count as withers, you know, they are wither skeletons and the damage is insane. So it is obviously increased damage to withers, which can possibly provide a lot of help during this boss fight. And you can use the leap to deal damage to those annoying archers when you guys are doing your runs, by the way. Let's try this over here. Can we go under here and still damage them? So even in a safe space such as under here, we are still being able to deal damage to these mobs. Just because it's an AoE radius. You see this thing right here? Don't worry about it. One hit and it's gone. 1.2 mil damage in one hit. I don't want to talk about that archer trap. So we are now tanking Necron whilst trying to get one of these crystals, which isn't the ideal situation. But as you can see, our absorption shield is keeping us alive. If ever we need the health, pop the right click, we get a little bit of an absorption proc for ourselves. And we just got hit out of the spot. That is amazing.
So what you guys have just witnessed right now was the Hyperion sword with the Wither Impact scroll. And honestly, it is pretty insane. Like the amount of damage InHumanly was doing, it's like he wasn't even trying. It's kind of crazy. I'm definitely going to be getting one of my own because I really want one myself. It's just crazy how easy you can clear and just how much damage it does, because also you do 50% more damage to withers. Also having the wither skeleton pet is just going to make it a lot easier because the wither skeleton allows you to deal 50% more damage to wither mobs. But without further ado, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and make sure you guys leave a like. I hope every single one of you have an amazing day and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.